Take a look at what the thoughts of Lukhona Mnguni are, the host of On the Spot. Of course, a big day for South Africa. The president going to be announcing a cabinet reshuffle 7 p.m. this evening. Just to remind you again, we'll be live here on eNCA and also live streaming on eNCA.com. Expectations, well, at least we now finally, Lukhona, good morning to you. We know there are going to be changes. It is going to happen at 7 p.m. tonight. Can't guarantee everyone's going to be able to watch it because of the blackouts, but those who are going to be able to watch it, what are they going to see? Because the expectation is Paul Mashatile is going to be deputy president, but that isn't guaranteed, is it?
Well, a very good morning, Gareth, and to our dear viewers at eNCA. I'm one of those who will not be watching live. I'll probably have to live stream or something. Because my schedule tells me that I'll be in the dark at 7 p.m. But I'll make a plan, of course. Look, the expectations from the country are varied. Some people have developed very low expectations of this president because of the lethargy in which he applies himself, the indecisiveness in his actions, and just the delays that he continues to do on certain things that are important. It was he was it 9 of February when he said he would announce a Minister of Electricity because this is an emergency. I don't think you deal with an emergency after 4 weeks because irrespective of cabinet reshuffle, he could have appointed a Minister of Electricity and then still reconfigure a cabinet at a later stage. These two things are not, mutually linked. So you do get a sense that some people have low expectations, and I think then those who have high expectations who are hoping that the president will finally assert his authority in terms of appointing a cabinet that he feels he doesn't have to do a lot of political, trade-offs on because relatively in the ANC he's safe. He was elected with a higher margin than the last year. He has an NEC that is relatively swayed to his direction. On the issue of the deputy president that you are raising, as much as it is not guaranteed, it would set off a significant sense of political paralysis for the president, because to overlook a deputy president, a sitting deputy president, has not been done, at least in my recent memory. Of course, Thabo Mbeki, former president, fired his deputy president, but for good reason. But the default position is not to overlook your deputy president. And now that that matter, of Deputy President Mabuza has been resolved, he has resigned as a member of parliament, he's left a vacancy in the presidency, and Paul Mashatile is a member of parliament and therefore eligible to be appointed deputy president of the country. Whatever the president's misgivings about Paul Mashatile, if any, as allegedly, reported in certain quarters, it's too late now. Should have dealt with those politically ahead of the conference last year.
Absolutely. And we could spend all day busy speculating, can't we, about who this Minister of Electricity is going to be. But I don't want to waste time on that, because we'll find out when we find out. And then you and I can spend a whole morning talking about that person and why they're the right or the wrong person. I would like to get your thoughts, though, Lukhona, on the surprise that you think might come out tonight. Who do you think could be out? There could be a bit of a surprise for the country, or a bigger surprise, who could be coming in? What's the one that you're one portfolio that you're most looking forward to hearing the result of?
Gareth, to tell you the truth, I have no excitement over this cabinet reshuffle. We know a number of things are going to be possible. So we saw the 4 people who were sworn in: Parkstar, Paul Mashatile, Sihle Zikalala, Marupini Ramkhopa. So those are people we expect will make it to cabinet one way or the other. I don't think, for example, Parkstar, having been deputy minister and then went back to Gauteng, would come back only to be deputy minister again. Where would he most likely fit? His best fit is at Copter, where Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma is now. What would that mean? Would it mean that Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma moves out of cabinet or not? I still believe there's some good rapport between her and the president, from at least my observation. I'm not sure if she will be out. So you are sending me into the realm of that speculation. But I'm just saying what we know is that there are 4 people who should most likely be appointed. We know that there are at least 3 vacancies: the Minister of Electricity, the Minister of Transport, the Minister of Public Service and Administration. And then, of course, how the president then, deals with issues of whether or not you shift some people around and bring in, newer people. It's a very difficult one, because even if you scan the bench of the ANC in Parliament, you can't really, in your heart of hearts, say there is a member of Parliament who's extremely talented and is being overlooked, and therefore this time around it might be a time for them to be bumped up into cabinet. You really don't have that kind of situation, and therefore I think we need to see, because Gareth, what is also important is, I think, a conversation of appointing people to their strengths. We know that Marupine Ramakgopa, for example, has been the president's international relations advisor in the presidency. So where would the best fit be? Would she, be seen as the next layer of diplomatic, leaders in government and take over Naledi Pando's? And Naledi Pando, would she have reached, her summit in cabinet, having served as one of the longest-serving ministers? So I think there will be a sense of wanting to showcase some graduation of leadership from an older generation of ministers to a newer generation of potential future ministers in government.
Yeah, and I don't feel bad for putting the question to you, because you are the host of a show called On the Spot. So I thought I'd have some fun and put you on the spot for a change. Lukhona Mnguni, see how he got out of that, and he did a very good job as well. There's a lot of expectation. Lukhona Mnguni, thank you very much indeed. All watching very, very closely tonight. As Lukhona says, he might not be able to watch it live, of course, because, as we know, it's a problem with the blackouts. But you will be able to, of course, watch it live here on eNCA, and also live stream on eNCA.com.